Well, that is Julie Gichuru. She's showing her football skills.
Yeah.
I guess you're picking that from your son. It's
I
not
have a few sons, so
okay.
You have to play a little bit of
Should have come in your boots, actually.
Yeah, I should have, but doing that in a high heel was an accomplishment.
I'm telling you.
Anything, especially in heels.
In high heels,
yeah.
yes.
Women can do anything, especially in heels.
Yes.
Okay, Julie Gichuru, welcome to the studio. Julie Gichuru is sitting in for Waihiga Moro, who's in Amsterdam at the moment. Waihiga is on his way to Brazil to watch the game between Nigeria and Argentina. That will be the game that will be played tomorrow. But for today, we have guests in the studio. Our first guest will be Shix Kapienga. She's very tiny but noisy. Listen to this.
This is your all-time hit station. Can you handle Hot 96? Get ready. More dancehall.
Well, also in studio with us, we're happy to have a man who calls himself the blackest man in Africa. You know him, Fred Machoka. Let's take a look at a little bit of his profile.
Metembe FC. Metembe. Chairman, can you come on? Come on.
Welcome to Viva Brazil. As Mike said, Waihiga Moro is not with us today, but we still have an amazing week planned out for you. And I'm Sidi Garama. I'll be taking you through social media. Now remember, the hashtag we're using for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is Viva Brazil. We're also taking in SMSs on 22422. Give us feedback on the show and on the World Cup. And also, if you want to join us in studio as a guest analyst, this is the platform you use to get through to us. So tell us why you think we should pick you to join us in our studio.
Now, we move to Mike and his team. They're all set to give us an analysis on the matches. First, Brazil almost came to a standstill last night when the national football team sealed their place into the last 16. That's no surprise, surely. Bernard Dong is in Brazil. He joined the fans in watching the match in one of the world's most dangerous slums, locally known as a favela. This was in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Let's have a look.
The Vidigal favela is one of many slums located in Rio de Janeiro, and it overlooks the picturesque Ipanema beach. It is situated at a vantage point, and on Monday evening the streets were empty, with everyone watching the Brazil-Cameroon game.
Yeah. A few years ago, this was one of the most unsafest areas in Rio de Janeiro, but after the pacification program in 2011, where police officers were integrated into the community, things turned for the better. Hence, we decided to come and watch Brazil versus Cameroon at this favela to experience how the residents in this area would watch Brazil's game.
Marcos Brandao is a lawyer who decided to invest in the Vidigal favela after the pacification program was established. Brandao has a restaurant overlooking the slum and believes it was one of the best decisions he made in his life.
I came here from, I don't know, since 1992. And of course that sometimes was dangerous, but I'm always feel comfortable. I always feel respected here.
The restaurant known as the Lage was full before kickoff, with the patrons enjoying the meals as samba music set the mood in the background. But when the match began, all the seats were facing one direction. Brazil lived up to expectations, and their fans in this favela celebrated each of the 4 goals with cheers and fireworks.
Well, I think we are getting better with the time. You know, it's a lot of pressure for us to play in our house, and everybody's cheering.
Like, we are on the top of the favela here. You can see like every place from like all the city from here, but now it's safe. Like, we have people from all of the world here.
Brazil plays Chile on Saturday in the first match of the last 16. Their passionate fans will definitely play a key role in urging them on. Reporting for Citizen Sports, I'm Bernard Ndong in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Well, my director is still wondering what a favela is. Favelas are actually slums, and what has happened in Brazil is that from the beach going up to the mountain, it's a mountain on the side of the beach, up to the top of the mountain, the favelas are there. They're basically slums. They've built houses and shanties all the way to the top. So before the World Cup, it was one of the most dangerous places that you could ever go to. You don't go there without a visa, actually. So Bernard Ndong was able to get to the top of the favela. They went to have ugali. Actually, there's a restaurant there that sells ugali. So they went to have ugali and also give us a story on how they're celebrating the World Cup at the favelas. What he didn't tell you is that the security there right now is absolutely crazy. Shix.
Yes.
Karibu kwenye studio yetu.
Shukran kibao.
Nembo unajua kilami deadly.
Naweza sukumana nayo? Si ati.
Naweza?
Eh.
Now tell me, Brazil.
Yes.
Was it humiliating for Cameroon to lose 4-1?
I don't think so, because really I didn't expect actually even the first goal from Cameroon, as in the way they scored. Actually didn't expect it, because when tumeangalia, as far as the way the game has been going, Cameroon, seriously, they've not won. Actually, they've not scored any game, right? They've not kutoka game ianze hawaja score. So this was actually the first one, and it was after is it Manjib
yes,
was actually, he's actually the one who scored. And why wasn't this guy being told to play? Mbona alikuwa kwa bench all along? Mbona hakucheza venye game ilianza? You know, at least maybe Cameroon ingekuwa place at the moment, you know.
Shida yako ni kwamba unataka aende kwa kiwanja.
Kama ana travel first class,
aingie kiwanja. Sasa ndio Waiga ameenda. Waiga anaenda kuingia kiwanja. Game ya Nigeria na Argentina atakujibu.
Safi.
Yes.
Sasa kitu kingine ni kwamba kama kuna team, if there is a team that is beatable, it is called Brazil.
Aha.
All right?
Now let me sit nicely. I need to hear this.
I am telling you the truth. Brazil imesukumwa kinjaro tu kama against
the first game, Croatia.
The first game against Croatia.
They were given 2 free goals.
2 free goals.
Thank you.
Na Croatia ikanyimwa. Hiyo tunajua na tumeona.
Tumefunikia.
Okay, tumefunikia.
Bao ya 4 jana? The 4th goal yesterday.
Bao ya 4 jana, offside ile kibao ya jamaa anaitwa Fred kama mimi ikafunikiwa.
Kwa hivyo watu wa Fred ni wa kuibia nyuma.
Sasa vile Shix anasema hapa, kwanza wamefanya vizuri sana kuleta Shix hapa. Maana yake mimi ni admirer wa dem ile mbaya. Yaani vile anafanya kazi yake.
Msichana mdogo lakini sauti kubwa.
Thank you.
Sasa kitu mbaya ni kwamba Cameroon discipline yao haiko. Hiyo ndio kitu imeuza. Otherwise Cameroon could beat Brazil hands down. And Brazil is going to be beaten katika hii World Cup. You check it out.
Tell me, against Chile, watakuwa wanacheza na Chile. Shix tumeona vile Chile wamecheza hiyo game ya jana. Walikuwa tu unlucky. Hiyo game walikuwa wameshika Netherlands vizuri sana.
Because tungeangalia bedhe game ya Chile, sorry kwa peleka huko. Game ya Chile venye ilikuwa Chile and Netherlands. Bedhe ka ulicheki poa. First half it was wow.
Absolutely. Kwa sababu ni wengi wanataka Brazil itoke haraka tena.
Why would you want Brazil out?
Let me tell you, I've supported Brazil ever since I was a baby. In fact, I almost got ulcers because of Brazil. All right? I've always supported Brazil. But I think this is not the Brazil that should win the World Cup. Neymar is a first-class player. Thiago, the captain, is very good. And Oscar. The rest are passengers.
Wako tu.
Hayo ni maoni yangu lakini.
But niambie Uncle Fred, wasiwasi yangu kubwa ni ya kwamba zile mabao wamefunga Brazil, 3 goals they've been assisted.
Yes.
Tukisema tu ukweli.
Na wanakuwa assisted tunajua ili mafans waendelee kuja kwa stadium. That is the whole idea.
Do you think if Brazil are kicked out, I'll start with you, Fred. Do you think if Brazil are kicked out, then all these troubles of riots and everything else will erupt again?
I think so. So, do we now do FIFA World Cup to support the home team, or do we do it so that it benchmarks officiating,
Number
you
one,
know, and entertains the world? You understand?
Yes.
I have a feeling sometimes we might even want that the home team doesn't feature in World Cup. That way, perhaps we will have fair playing ground.
But South Africa 2010, South Africa were kicked out in the first round. They were not assisted
but
at
this
all.
is Africa.
Hatujui kucheza na referee.
No, hatuna uwezo.
Chicks, I don't know what your thoughts are on that one. Umeona zile riots zimekuwa.
Yes.
Watu wanazusha juu ya the main reason why they're making so much noise is because they say we've spent so much money on these World Cups. The stadiums especially, they've spent more than $4 billion. Yet kuna vitu ambazo infrastructure wajamalizi, waliambiwa stories za healthcare hazijafanywa, waliambiwa job creation hazijafanyika. So wanazusha, wanasema hizi vitu zote, all the things that you promised us have not been effective, yet you're spending so much money there. Do you think hiyo ni grudge wanangoja leo, wanasema ngoja tutolewe mtaona moto?
Sana to me by the way, even when naiona kuzanya wakitolewa pale hivyo, as you can see stadium inajaa, mafans wa Brazil ndio pale, as much as ni home inajaa. So tell me wakitolewa kutendaje? You know, it's just like wacha tuchukue by the way, realistically tuchukue Real Kenya.
Yes.
Ondo anacheza. Kwenda tu venye kutaenda, what will happen?
Sekafa 2009 tulikuwa hapo. Tulikuwa tuna host. We were kicked out at the quarterfinal stage, I believe. After that, we never went to the stadium.
Thank you. You see, so when itaisha pale.
Tukubaliane kwamba Brazil itaendelea kusukumwa mpaka finali achiwe Mungu.
Yeah, they'll be favored.
Lakini between now and the final, watasukumwa tu. Sasa anybody who loses to Brazil, Cameroon included.
Yes.
Wameumwa na ref.
Ni ref ndiye amefanya kazi yote. Julie, you're saying something.
You know, we're going to a break, I think, but you know, I just wanted to say the importance of football. And right now we have the situation in South Sudan. You know me and Africa.
Yes.
And we have the situation in South Sudan. But just seeing news that in a refugee settlement in Uganda, teams from both communities that are currently battling it out in South Sudan are playing football together and watching the World Cup together, and it's kind of reunited. It's built this spirit, and this is what it is about this World Cup and sporting
and
activities
football
like
in
this.
general.
Yeah,
you know,
and
the power to bring people together.
It's
Very
amazing.
true.
It's amazing.
And on that note, we are going to take a short break. Do not go anywhere. Viva Brazil will be back with more World Cup 2014.